It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see T. Higgins. He's over 1,100 yards receiving so far and looking for more. It's the Seahawks and the Chiefs, and it's coming up next.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come in mired in a brutal stretch right now. Losers of 8 straight games.
Can you imagine going 2 straight months without winning a game and still trying to hold it together? They've got to find some inspiration somewhere that can lead them to a victory.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Throwing is Barkley. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Barkley to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Barkley. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So now the Chiefs go on offense in a great starting spot. They're led out by the southpaw Tua Tagovailoa in his 3rd season now out of the University of Alabama.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds. And now 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Barkley looking to throw. He'll drop this down to Williams.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
And he finds Tyler Croft. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Graham has puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. Now Barkley. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down. Closer one on the traffic side. I think the last play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds, where no one's going to have a chance at it.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. They'll set up a screen for Dillon. Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua, a quick throw knocked away and incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Tua. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Tua to throw again. That's once again complete to Chark. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
That was an excellent. And when you see that happen, that's when you see guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Dillon is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback. I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 51 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. He gets it to Thomas. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Dillon up the middle. So we pause for an injured player, and not what you want to see. Juju Smith-Schuster, he's in some pain out there. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him And we'll step aside for a moment. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They go screen with Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
They'll run here with Dillon. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Tua going to throw. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. DJ Chark, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Coup for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's DJ Chark who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now the former Texas A&M Aggie. This is Travion Williams. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Barkley. And this one too low. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
On the move past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 39-yard line. They'll look to throw again. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. To throw again on 2nd down. Barkley. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the top rope there for the completion. 17-0 our score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. On second down, Williams. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. It's Williams on the catch. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Rosa's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. There's A.J. Dillon, such a powerful runner, ready to lead this offense again on this next series. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to pass. Tua. Over the middle. Hauled in by Smith-Schuster. The offense on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. To throw from his end zone, Barkley. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And it's fielded at the 34. Able to slither by. 13 yards on the return there after a punt of 57. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. There's A.J. Dillon, such a powerful runner, ready to lead this offense again on this next series. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And he's taken down inside the 30. 69 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise,
This is going to be a long game.
Two and now on first down. They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Tua. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. First and 10 at the 11. Here's Tua. This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who were in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Koo now for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Juju Smith-Schuster. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10. Here's Barkley to throw. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And the defense closes quickly there, and will get maybe a yard to the 33. Barkley looking to throw. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now Barkley. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. Gets past one man. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers on the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Throwing is Barkley. And this is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Kroft, 30 yards. And the Seahawks are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon. and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. There's A.J. Dillon, such a powerful runner, ready to lead this offense again on this next series. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
He threw the touchdown pass on that last drive, his 20th on the year, and he'll start again here, first down. Barkley. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they'll get this down to the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw. Barkley. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Here we go with Williams. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. Williams can't punch it in on 4th and goal. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the ball, try and create some space. They were doing that, and the ball comes free.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd and 7, Tua. That would complete downfield to Thomas. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Tua. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua forced out to his left. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And a grab by Croft. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Denver Broncos. Then on Sunday night, wrap up your Christmas day with a great one in the NFC. The Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern Time. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And that will be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. On the return is Williams. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Barkley. Short throw hauled in by Croft. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On third down, Barkley. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
I love it. He ran a hitch route on 3rd and 6, and normally that's not deep enough to get your first down. I'd say he really ran a hitch plus to make sure he got the first down yardage. Really intelligent route running.
Yeah, because what do you say? Hitches are normally 1 to 3?
Yeah, somewhere in the neighborhood. You just kind of come off the line of scrimmage and kind of show yourself to the quarterback and say, hey, here I am, present it. He went in and took it far enough downfield to make sure that they had enough yardage to pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Out left to Dotson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I think that's a big pick because when you run a drag route against zone, you're in trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Barkley. This pass complete to Higgins. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Here's 2nd and a yard. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Barkley. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And they'll try to throw for it with Barkley. Able to connect with Dotson. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Back to throw. Barkley able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. From the 17, Barkley. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. They're on 4th down here. That pass knocked away and incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tua going to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
And that is incomplete. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on the punt for Seattle. This is taken at about the 14. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. There again is Thomas. They've gone to that one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Dillon.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Here's Tua. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Here's Barkley to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
They'll throw it on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at the 20.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Looking to pass. Tua. Open man right side is Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's once again complete to Chark. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Dillon on the inside give. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. On 2nd and 9, Tua. Shark's got it, left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. 3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. They'll run for it with Dillon. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They run again with Dillon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Tua's throw complete there to Thomas. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that's caught by Thomas for a Kansas City touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the 6. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Now Barkley. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. After the turnover, it's Tua. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Working with a 2nd and 4. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Now Tua. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing is Barkley. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Barkley, he'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Here's Barkley. And this is going to be incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. On second down, another run for Dillon. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. On third down, here's Dillon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 108 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Dillon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Dillon up the middle. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The Chiefs on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. That's out to the flat for Gordon. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And the grab by Croft.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
This game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, these young guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Kansas City, it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Denver Broncos next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.